4 ways to connect to your higher self. Way number 1 is through meditation. You have to meditate. Meditation at its best is a way for you to break free from suffering and liberate yourself, gain enlightenment. At its worst, it's a waste of time. And somewhere in the middle, it is a maintenance for your body, maintenance for your mind, maintenance for your energies. You have to maintain this whole system. That's why you have to meditate daily. That's why I meditate daily. I do Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya as taught and initiated by Sadhguru. You should do some form of meditation if you want to connect to your higher self. Option number 2, how to connect to your higher self is with food. You have to eat the right kinds of food. If you consume a bunch of rocks, that's not going to make you feel good. You're going to feel very bad. And if you consume a bunch of grass, likewise, you're not going to feel that good. You're going to feel pretty bad. If you consume a bunch of meat and animal products, you're not going to feel too good. You're going to feel pretty bad, at least on an energy level. You're not going to have vitality, energy, prana, to do the spiritual practice that you need and want, and to connect you to your higher self. Hey guys, I'm eating a bunch of corpses here, animals that have suffered and died miserably, but yeah, I'm very spiritual. No, wrong answer. Try again next year. So eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes in all of its various varieties, and you'll be very happy that you did. Also, you have to eat positive pranic food, not negative pranic food. Positive pranic foods are vast and many. There are so many positive pranic foods out there. There are too many positive pranic foods to mention. We can talk about the negative pranic foods, which are onion, garlic, chilies, coffee, caffeinated tea, animal products, eggplant, dark chocolate, nervous stimulants, any processed food. These are the most common negative pranic foods. You want to stay away from that. You want to avoid eating onions and garlic in your food. You want to avoid eating chilies. You want to avoid drinking caffeinated drinks. You want to avoid eating meat and corpses. You want to avoid eating the animal byproducts, the things that come out of their breasts. You want to avoid eating birds' menstrual cycles. So if you avoid eating all those things, you're going to be very good. Your prana is going to build, and naturally you'll be able to connect to your higher self, which will be very good for you. Connect to your higher self today. Only $9.95. Third way to connect to your higher self is going out and being in nature. My friends, I live in Bali right now currently, and I'm surrounded by nature virtually every day. In fact, this villa, this house that I live in is surrounded by nature, so I'm in a nature environment. But if you're living in the Western world, so to speak, if you're living in a concrete jungle and you're on the 20th floor of some apartment building, you're so disconnected from the ground. I feel you. There's what else is there to say? Go outside, go for a walk on the grass, touch nature. Connect to nature. That'll help you to connect to your higher self. And the best thing you could do is go live in a tropical place, tropical island, tropical nature environment, and be in nature all the time. And if not, well, why? Why are you living in the so-called first world country where everything is nice and polished, but they polished a turd to its perfection? Now it's a shiny turd. You're living amongst concrete and with a bunch of medicated, insane people. You don't want to do that. Don't do that. Get out of there. Okay? Go somewhere that's sane and better. Nowhere really is sane. Everywhere is chaos. But at least nature is not chaos. Nature is nice. Nature is Mother Earth or Mother Nature. Go out and do it. Go out in nature. And the fourth way to connect to your higher self is sleep. Sleep. You want to see me sleep? Should I demonstrate sleep? You go on your bed and you sleep. Have you ever noticed that when you're very tired, very exhausted, you're really suffering in life, or your mind is agitated, or there's lots of friction, and you go and lay down and you sleep? The next day, it's like boom, fresh. You're brand new. Some tips to sleep well, to better connect you to your higher self is this. Some tips for sleep, okay? Listen out, because this is only meant for people that sleep. If you don't sleep, don't watch this video. But if you do sleep, you need these advice. You need these tips. So listen out. Listen up. What are some tips for sleep? Number 1, face east. If you're not facing east, I don't know what you're doing. The worst thing you could be doing is facing north in the northern hemisphere and south in the southern hemisphere. So I'm in the southern hemisphere. I don't face south. That hurts. I was facing south for a while, and that hurt my brain, hurt my head. I don't want to do that ever again. So I faced my bed east. Thankfully, I recognize that fact, and I sleep much more peacefully now. Second thing you should do is open the windows so you have fresh air. Naturally, your body breathes deeper when you sleep, so you have to have fresh air coming in so that you breathe easier and your brain works better and you can recover faster. Open the windows when you sleep. Hello? It's Basics 101. Number 3, how else can you improve your sleep? Take a shower before you sleep. I take a shower virtually every time before I sleep. Not because I'm dirty or whatever. I'm always dirty. But the fact that you want to wash off the day and wash in the night. And the best temperature to do this is with lukewarm or cool water. That it has the maximum benefits for your body, and you'll sleep easier. Trust me, do it. Next thing you could do is light a small oil lamp next to your bed, somewhere in a safe place, not so close to your bed, but somewhere in your room. And the fire will burn up the negative prana that naturally and inevitably leaves your body, which will give you a kind of soothing and cooling and easy sensation, which will help you to sleep better. So do it. And lastly, eat 4 hours at the minimum before you go to bed. That way your stomach is empty and you can rest easier without your digestive system going on overdrive. So these are some tips for sleep. And we'll say a last bonus point, the things that I'm not doing, is not sleep on a soft, pillowy surface like this. You see this bed here? It's like a little mushroom cloud, or it's a little marshmallow, what I wanted to say. And it's not conducive for sleep because it makes you oversleep. And it's also not helpful for your spine. It's soft, it's smushy, you kind of feel like you're sinking into the place. That's not wise. So what I want to do in the future, inevitably, when I'm more stable in my life, I want to sleep on the ground. It's not sensible or safe even to sleep on the ground here, but I want to build some kind of a nice platform or a hard surface so that I sleep easier. I'll sleep easier. My spine will be better for my spine, my joints and my bones, and I'll sleep less and I'll enjoy it more because I don't want to sleep my life away. Hello? And neither do you. So if you want more tips like this, and if you want help to connect you to your higher self, reach out to me for a spiritual one-on-one conversation. You can do so by visiting shivakailash.com, and I'll see you there. Peace. Like this video.